How to start a cleaning business. Steve here with the Janitorial Store, the channel where we help cleaning business owners scale their businesses with systems, tools, and resources. Well, you know, that question, and there's been a lot of videos done on this subject, how to start a cleaning company. You know, and you get all kinds of advice and so on and so forth. But, you know, I've started, I don't know, maybe about 8 cleaning companies. You know, throughout my 35 years of being in business. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to just tell you what I learned from those 35 years of how to start a cleaning business. First of all, the first thing you got to do is you got to talk to your spouse if you're married, or if you have a significant other. You want to talk to them and let them know that you're thinking about starting a cleaning business. Like any business, it's a lot of work. You know, you're going to have to be able to you know, commit a lot of time to building this business if you want it to be successful. So that's the first thing you got to do, is you have to talk to your significant other or your spouse and let them know that this is what you're going to do. You're going to work a lot of time. You're not going to be able to spend as much time with them or the kids. You know, those are the sacrifices that you make when you decide to start a business. So think hard about that before you actually pull the trigger. So hopefully that helps. Now the other thing you have to think about is, well, how much are you going to invest? Oh, you'll watch all kinds of videos, people telling you, oh, you just don't need a couple $100 and you can get into the cleaning business. Well, that's probably true. You know, you can buy yourself a cheap, inexpensive vacuum cleaner, a mop, a bucket. You know, you still have to do some other things such as register with the state and spend other money. So, you know, can you do it for a couple $100? Well, be pretty close, you know. But if you want to do it right, you know, I've averaged, I think, around about $10,000 to get started the right way. So you got to be willing to invest some money in it. You know, have some skin in the game. So think about that. You know, the other thing is that you got to think about who you're going to serve. Now, are you going to be a commercial cleaning company where you're cleaning commercial buildings, medical centers, things like that? Sorry. Or are you going to be cleaning residential homes, apartment buildings, and areas like that? Or are you going to be a company that just provides post-construction cleanup? So there's some things to think about. You know, the 2 common areas that people will start are commercial cleaning and residential cleaning. So, you know, those are probably the easiest ways to get in. You know, as far as starting your business, as to who you're going to serve. Now, something else you got to think about is the service area that you're going to serve. How big of an area you're going to serve. When you look at the industry averages and things, you may see that it's you know, a 35-mile radius, which means that's approximately 70 miles of service area that they're covering. So think about that, and that's 35 miles from your home office area location. But you have to think about that, you know, the area that you're going to serve. Obviously, if you're in a big city such as New York, that might be only 1 square mile, if that, or a few blocks, depending on the types of facilities that you are going to service. You know, we do have some members that service just a few block areas, but you know, they're servicing these huge towers. But you got to think about that. So you got to think about your service area. Now, something else you got to think about is, what's the business model you're going to use? Are you going to have employees? Are you going to use subcontractors? Or are you going to use a combination of both? Now, you know, people will ask, what's better, you know, subs or employees, or this, that, or the other? Well, you know, they're both good when they're done correctly. And what I mean by that is, a lot of times people that are getting started in the cleaning industry, they'll have a friend or somebody will tell them that, oh, just subcontract it. You know, just hire people as subcontractors. Well, you have to abide by the rules of a subcontractor in order for them to qualify as a subcontractor. So if you were to go to the IRS website and look at the definition of a subcontractor, they have that laid out pretty well and pretty clear. So in one of those things is that they have, you know, they need to have a cleaning business. But you know, if you got any questions, just go to the IRS website and check it out. You know, what qualifies as a subcontractor. You know, on the other hand, you can use employees. You know, employees, you got full control. Subcontractors, you don't. You're kind of limited to what you can do. You know, but like I say, both are good models. Just make sure you're doing them correctly. Now, we have plenty of members too that use a combination of both. You know, they have employees and they use subcontractors. So that, you know, each model is fine, but you just need to think about it and do some research and decide on which model you want to use. The other thing you have to think about is, what about your business entity? Now, I see this a lot on Facebook, where people will ask, "But what did you form? Are you an LLC, or, you know, what are you?" And well, you have to do your research on that. On the Janitorial Store, my house cleaning business, we actually have articles about, you know, which entity is best for you as a cleaning business. So go there and check it out. Most service companies are S corps, but you'll see a lot of people giving advice that, "Oh, I'm an LLC." Well, is that really the best corporation that you want to form for yourself? You know, generally you want to talk to your accountant, because there's tax laws and taxes and different things like that there, paperwork, filings that you have to do based on what corporation you are. So it's not just really cut and dry that, "Oh, I'll just be an LLC because everybody else is." Well, do your research. You got to do what's best for you. Don't jump in the water just because everybody else is. Okay? Now, something else you have to do if you're going to start a cleaning business, you have to file with the state. So, you know, you're going to have to register your name, your business name, and, you know, they'll charge you a fee for that. You know, some is about $35, you know, so it's not a whole lot. But you need to do that. You need to file with the state. Now, you also need to think about your insurance, you know, your liability insurance, your bond, your workers' comp. Now, in some states, you don't need workers' comp and some of these things until you hit certain employee levels. But in some cases, you might want to have this stuff because it will save your own pocketbook. If you don't have any insurance or bond and somebody files a claim against you, it's going to be coming out of your pocket. You won't be able to file insurance on it. So think about that. You know, in your workers' comp, the same thing is true. Okay, I'm in a state to where I don't need to have workers' comp, but I've got 2 employees. Well, one of my employees gets hurt on the job. Well, who do you think they're going to come after to pay their medical bills? That's right, they're coming after you. Where otherwise, if you would have had workers' comp, they could have filed a workers' compensation claim and you'd have been covered. So think about that. You know, things aren't as cut and dry as some people make them seem to be on YouTube and Facebook and other places. So keep that in mind. Now, the other thing you got to think about is, you know, how are you going to get out there and spread the word? Are you going to use a website? Are you going to have a website? Or are you just going to have a landing page that people will come to and get basic information that you can send people to? Or are you going to have a full-blown website that has a blog and other things on it, you know, so people can come and schedule work or cleanings? Now, that's entirely up to you, but you have to remember that a full-blown website is approximately $3,500. So that's a fair share amount of money. So these people that are saying that you can start a cleaning business with a couple $100, I guess that ain't true then if you're going to have a website, or if you're going to do it right. So keep that in mind. You know, either or is fine, but just make sure that you have some kind of a presence. Then you got to remember your social media and you know, your Google and things like that there. You know, and that's the nice thing. Just go to the Janitorial Store or my house cleaning business and you can learn how to do these things because we've got videos on it. You got Google your business is very, very important. So like I say, we've got training videos on those subjects. Now, something else you got to think about is, do you have knowledge in sales and marketing, business, cleaning? Because I'll tell you, you know, I've met a lot of people over my 35 years and I've been coaching for quite some time. Now, generally what will happen is that when a person decides to get into the cleaning industry, cleaning business, doesn't matter if it's commercial or residential or post-construction, the chances are that they've probably done some cleaning. So they can probably check that box, but do they really know how to clean? Maybe, maybe not. You know, the other thing is, do they have sales experience? You've got to be able to sell. You've got to be able to sell your services. And if you're lacking sales experience, that could be a little bit challenging for you. The same thing is true with marketing. When we're marketing, our marketing gives us opportunities to sell to people. So if we don't know how to market and how to do that and how to get leads, well then it's pretty difficult for us to do any sales. So the other thing is too is that you got to have some business skills. You know, you're running a business, so it would be helpful to have some business skills. And again, you know, I'm going to plug the Janitorial Store and My House Cleaning Biz again. You know, our LMS, we have all these training videos on there. You know, all about business, sales, marketing, cleaning, we have it all. But if you're lacking those skills, it could make it very, very difficult for you to really grow your business until you learn those skills. The nice thing about it is that everything is learnable. You can learn sales and marketing and operations, or sales and marketing and business and cleaning. So just keep that in mind. Something else that could be very, very helpful to you before you start your business is to actually write a business plan. Now, depending on who you talk to, some people will say, well, you don't need a business plan, that's a bunch of crap, you know, you don't need that. But I'll tell you what, when you create a business plan, now you have a plan that you can work. Without a plan, how are you going to work it? You're just going to shoot from the hip and decide that you're just going to do this, that, or the other each day? Well, good luck. That doesn't work very well. So I suggest that take the time, do a business plan, and know where you're going to take your business to. Now, this doesn't have to become $1 million business. You can take it to whatever level you like. But just have a plan of how you're going to get there. That's all I'm saying. Now, the biggest thing that you need in order to start a cleaning business is that you've got to create systems. All these things that I've talked about earlier, you have to have systems for them. We talked about sales and marketing. We have to have sales and marketing systems. We have to. You know, otherwise, a lot of times what happens is the business owner has these ideas or these processes, and they're in their head, but they don't write them down on a piece of paper or a Word document or a Google Doc or whatever it is, and start developing the real systems. You have to think about that. Your systems have to be based off the 5 core pillars of business: sales and marketing, operations, leadership, finance, and HR, or you know, your team. So when you do that, I tell you what, if you start off at the beginning developing your systems, you're going to be far better off than many cleaning company owners. I've known business owners that are doing very well, you know, doing $750,000, $1 million, $1,500,000 in sales, but don't have systems in place. You know, and then they wonder why they're having problems with their hiring or onboarding. Well, you got to have a system. But anyway, that's probably one of the most important things when you think about how to start a cleaning business. You can do all the things that I talked about, but there's some things that really are the backbone of your company, and it's all about systems. So as you build your business, you're going to see that it's all about systems and people. If you can do that, if you can build good systems and hire the right people and put them on the right seat on the bus, you'll create a successful cleaning business. If you don't take the time to create your systems and get those right people, you're going to have challenges. And, you know, a lot of people have challenges and a lot of people struggle. Why do that? You know, just take the time to do these things, and you'll be much better for it. A lot less stress in your life. You know, the thing that you have to remember is that you should try to develop a business that is simple, easy, and fun. You know, and if it's none of those things, why the heck are you doing it? Just keep that in mind. So again, you know, I just want to say that, you know, for any of these things that you may not have knowledge about, you know, you can join the janitorialstore.com or myhousecleaningbiz.com. We have a couple of different memberships, and you know, there's a wealth of information there that will help you get over some of these humps. You know, we've had many people become members over the years. You know, the Janitorial Store has been around for 15 years. My House Cleaning Biz for 10 years. You know, so we've got quite a history. And you know, over that period of time, I was trying to estimate how much we've helped members close as far as sales. We typically average around $3 million a year that we help members close on sales. So, you know, for the past 15 years, that adds up to $45 million. Now, that's not too bad. You know, that's not in our pocket. That went to all of our members. We helped them close about $45 million worth of sales in the past 15 years. So think about that when you're thinking about joining some association or some other organization. You know, what have they done to really help their members be successful? So, well, there you have it. You know, hopefully this was some value of you for you, and if it has, you know, go ahead and feel free to make a comment or a like down below. And if you have not already, make sure that you do subscribe and turn on those bell notifications to get the latest updates on new videos to help you grow your cleaning business. Thanks for checking in today, and let's keep it clean out there.